cannot tell you how hard it is going to be to not do a Scottish accent in this video, but I'm going to try because I'm a man of the people and I will not sink to those levels. Hello and welcome to FTTR, I am Ewan McQuaid, and today we are talking about the big WWE announcement, Clash at the Castle 2024. It is back, not this time from Wales, instead from Glasgow, the OVO Hydro on the 15th of June. Let's talk about all that goodness, but before we dive into that, please subscribe, please like this video, please comment your thoughts down below, and I'll try and reply to every single one of them as we dive into this Clash at the Castle. So, Clash at the Castle. I think we can all agree the first Clash at the Castle, one of the best professional wrestling shows of the last decade, maybe. I loved Clash at the Castle. It was so good, and I'm happy we're getting another one. I am so happy we're getting Clash at the Castle. Let's start with the basic. Let's get this out of the way. The name, Clash at the Castle, is so cool and so classic, it needs to be a staple. I love Bash in Berlin as well. These old school, almost cheesy names, I will lap up for days. Clash at the Castle. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be really awesome. Now, obviously, this doesn't have the sort of oomph behind it that the first Clash at the Castle did, because that was a big stadium show, the first UK stadium show in 30 years returning to Wales. This is an arena show, 14,000 seat arena, taking place on the 14th of June in Glasgow. What can we expect from this? So I think this is quite interesting, because what to expect from Clash at the Castle really depends on the outcome of WrestleMania. We could be looking at a whole new landscape of WWE, and that could be, you know, anywhere from new world title holders, new tag champs, new call-ups. There's a lot that can be done on this show, and what I hope doesn't happen is it gets relegated to B-show status, almost like Elimination Chamber was. Sorry about that. I think there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with Clash at the Castle, and yes, I'm biased because I'm from the UK. Of course I am. The last name's McQuaid, for crying out loud. Of course I'm biased towards a Scottish wrestling show that I want it to have all the great stuff. But I do. So let's talk about some of that great stuff. What could we expect to see from Clash at the Castle 2? I like calling it that. I know it's Clash at the Castle 2024, but I much prefer calling it Clash at the Castle 2. Sorry about that. But what can we expect? I think you've got to look at the big picture. Let's dive straight into it. The main event. You have got to have Drew McIntyre in this main event, do you not? Like, if you're doing a Scottish wrestling show for the first time in God knows how long, or it was 30 years since the UK one, so it must be a long time since WWE. No, they've never done one in Scotland. So first time ever, sort of doing a premium live event from Scotland. Okay, let's get that out of the way. You've got to have Drew McIntyre in that main event. But how do you do that? I think there's actually a really interesting way you can go with Drew McIntyre to get him to Clash at the Castle, because Clash at the Castle is actually not that far away. 15th of June is very close. We've got WrestleMania, Backlash in Paris, and then Clash at the Castle, I do believe. I think. There might be Money in the Bank in there, but I think Money in the Bank is July. I could be wrong. It'll be above my face if I am. So, what do you do with Drew? I think the optimum way to utilise Drew and to get the best story, the best crowd reaction, because I actually think that Drew is quite malleable as a character right now. He could easily shift from heel to babyface, then back to heel. I think that could easily be done, and it all depends on one person. And that man is Damian Priest. I am pitching Drew McIntyre wins the title at WrestleMania, the night after on Raw, have Damian Priest cash in, win the title, Drew can win it back at Clash at the Castle, get an insane reaction. I think that works perfectly fine. I think Drew doesn't lose anything because obviously it's a cash in. You don't really lose anything when you've been cashed in. Damian Priest gets a nice little run out of it. He gets sort of a pay-per-view of Backlash, maybe retains through shenanigans, and then have Drew dethrone him at Clash at the Castle, get a huge crowning moment of him winning the belt in front of fans as a babyface. All you've got to do with Drew is just switch up his not motives, but the way he says things, and just target it against someone that people like. The only reason that Drew is a heel right now is because he's saying these things against CM Punk, who we all like. If Drew was saying the exact same things about Damian Priest or about Roman Reigns, we'd be eating it up. It'd be like MJF style babyface heat. And I think that works really well. And I think that's an interesting character that you could take with Drew and have him win the belt, get that enormous reaction, and it gets you the briefcase off Damian Priest. Damian Priest can have his world title run and then build himself back up. I think that's the perfect way to utilise Drew and to utilise Priest, whether it's a calibre of a Clash at the Castle main event, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. That's up in the air, but I like it. I do like it. I think maybe having Cody open the show and having Drew, close the show against Damian Priest, I think there's a lot of stuff that can be done with that. You might come at me and say no, but that's the way I would book that. Other things, I obviously am biased towards British wrestlers right now, and I want to see just British wrestlers showcased on a big platform. So if this were me, give, New Catch Republic something great at this show. Just put on, right, hear me out. New Catch Republic versus DIY for the tag belts. There you go. That is a tag match right there. You can easily do that. And it could be a 5-star classic banger. That writes itself. You could easily do that. Brand swaps can be done. Easy route to get to that. Other than that, I don't know who else you do. Obviously, you've got Gunther, and it all depends on the outcome of WrestleMania, what you do with Gunther. But if Gunther's a tricky one, because I do want him in that world title scene, but also I don't want him to lose the Intercontinental title. So maybe having him just have a banger of a match against like Kevin Owens or someone, or LA Knight, someone who's in that level right now, would be really cool. I just want to see great stuff. What can I say? I just want to see great stuff at Clash at the Castle. I hope the set's cool as well, because the set last year was awesome. Clash at the Castle set is one of my favourite sets and one of my favourite logos ever. So overall, I think there's a lot of room here to create something really special again and sort of unite British wrestling fans. Like, I know I sometimes get a lot of constructive criticism, let's go like that you can't just have UK wrestlers on shows that are set in the UK. And I say, yes, you can, because they are right there. They're right there for the taking. Not all of them, but you can easily have Drew and New Catch Republic on this show, which is what I think you should do. New Catch Republic win the tag gold, and Drew wins the gold again in the main event. I think that's what we can expect from Clash at the Castle 2/2024. I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Are you excited? Are you going to be getting your tickets? Tickets go on sale, I believe, next Friday. But I could be wrong about that. It'll be above my face if I'm wrong. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll try and reply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.